దేశ విదేశాలు తిరుగుతూ ఇప్పుడు మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడి నుంచి ఆస్ట్రేలియా సిడ్నీకి వెళ్తున్నారు. అలా పలు దేశాలు తిరుగుతూ మనం కోరిన వెంటనే స్వామీజీ గారు ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసి, అదే కాకుండా ఒక వారం రోజులు మన మధ్య ఉండగలగడం మన అందరి అదృష్టం. స్వామీజీ గారు గొప్ప వక్త, చాలా చదువుకున్నటువంటి వారు, మేధావి. అనేక సంవత్సరాలు రామకృష్ణ మఠంలో జనరల్ సెక్రటరీగా కూడా పనిచేశారు. వైస్ ప్రెసిడెంట్గా ఇప్పుడు పనిచేస్తూ ఉన్నారు. స్వామీజీ గారు జనరల్ సెక్రటరీగా ఉన్నప్పుడు ఎన్నో కొత్త బ్రాంచెస్ వారి టైంలో స్టార్ట్ అయినాయి. అభివృద్ధి ఆయన టైంలో ఎంతో బాగా అభివృద్ధి జరిగింది రామకృష్ణ మిషన్లో. ఈరోజు స్వామీజీ గారు మనల్ని ఉద్దేశించి 4 మాటలు మాట్లాడతారు.
Revered monks, brahmacharis, devotees, students, and the other persons who are present here. First of all, I seek apology that I am to talk in English because I cannot communicate in your mother tongue. Just now, we are listening Prakriting Paramang about Holy Mother. It flashed in my mind one incident. Abhidananda Maharaj, first he composed this beautiful stub in hymn of Holy Mother, and he wanted to read out this to Holy Mother. At that time, Holy Mother was nobody, almost unknown figure. at Nilambabu's house. Holy Mother was there. Probably his brother disciples, they were very much impressed by this hymn, and they insisted that he should read out to Holy Mother herself. So he went Nilambabu's house and asked Holy Mother, Mother, I have composed a hymn in your name. Shall I read it out? Mother immediately exclaimed, about whom you have written? About you? About me? What? He was totally surprised. I am a simple woman. About me you have written. Anyhow, when he started first sentence, second sentence in way it was proceeding, slowly, Mother was going into trance. And when Ramakrishna's name came in the hymn, at that time he looked like as if he was in a deep samadhi, almost as Sri Ramakrishna used to go into samadhi, that sort of mood came. And the incident, this also flashes before me, that at that time, Abhidananda Maharaj, he has come back from America. In 1921, Belmont wanted him back, so he came back, and he was staying in the Belmont Monk's Quarter. Monk's Quarter means Swamiji's house, where Swamiji's residence is there. There, in this bedroom, that was the Swamiji's room and adjacent room. That was at that time, library. That was the only good room, so Abhidananda was allotted that room. The next possible good, best room was that. So Abhidananda was there. And Mahapurush Maharaj, Shivananda Maharaj, he was in some other room there. One day, Shivananda Maharaj, early morning, as usual practice, then we generally brothers do immediately after job, then on all these things, we read from the Gita, read from Bhagavad, read from Chandi, something like that. So Mahapurush Maharaj, Swami Shivananda, he was reading that day this Prakriti Parama. While he was reading, he was so much impressed and emotional that he was almost in a trance. In that position, in a trotting position, he came and embraced Abhidananda. Oh, what a fantastic thing has come out from you. Abhidananda Swami was totally nervous and puzzled to see the mood of Mahapurush Maharaj. So this was the relation they had, and just we can feel that this Ramakrishna Vivekananda Holy Mother, a new world, new dimension to human culture and human civilization. Another 2-3 some interesting incidents I'd like to mention. One incident, probably this incident happened in Arunachal. Arunachal, our center has started there. Now so many centers are there, and so many students, Chief Minister, Chief Minister, other ministers, IAS, IPS, colleges, headmasters, principals, teachers, or government officers, you will all everywhere find that flooded with the ex-students of Ramakrishna Mission institutions. We are having 2 education institutions and 1 hospital institution, Itanagar. How it was started? Once, it was started by one tribal person. He had the privilege after independence to meet Radhakrishnan. Radhakrishnan was the president. And he said, we have got the privilege to meet the President of India, but we cannot communicate with you because we do not know any other language except Assamese and our own tribal language. Can you make some arrangement so that we can communicate to you in your language, English or Hindi? Then President Radhakrishnan immediately consulted the Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister at the time, Indira Gandhi probably, or somebody else. Indira Gandhi was probably some junior minister, but she was in charge of that area. So she was interested, and she communicated Belur Math. She wrote that probably if we are to spread anything, do anything about health and education, the first name strikes in our mind, Ramakrishna Mission. So we are having this idea that you please go and do something for for those tribal people. So one Swami Bhavananda, he was interested, he was in charge of our Shillong ashram, so he was interested to go there and look after the possibilities of how a center can be started. Naturally, you can well understand the governor and the prime minister of those, chief minister of those areas were well informed. So when Bhavanandaji went, he was taken in a helicopter in somebody's house. He was some tribal chief-like person. There, when Bhavananda went into that house, he was surprised to find one calendar. And he asked the chief that, do you know who is in this calendar? No, I don't know. Probably he may be some tribal god. Why do you say he is a tribal god? Because we tribals, we remain without covering our body. So this man also is without any covering of the body, stands. Certainly he is a tribal god. So we have kept his photo here. So Sri Ramakrishna, now we find that before we went, Sri Ramakrishna has gone there. Another incident, our Nirvanananda Maharaj, once he had the craze to do tapasya. So he prayed to Mother, first he prayed to Raja Maharaj. Raja Maharaj did not agree. He said that you have your frail body, you will be in soup, you don't go. But he was insisting. Then he said, all right, you consult with Baburam. If Baburam Maharaj agrees, you can go. He consulted Baburam Maharaj. Baburam Maharaj also said, same thing. No. How can I say? You are in this frail body, you like to go on walking and on foot, begging, and you want to go to Varanasi. It is not possible for you. You will die on the way. Then when he was insisting, then I shall move out. And then he said, all right, you go, take the permission from Holy Mother. So he went to Holy Mother. Holy Mother also said that in this, you are Shuji Maharaj, Nirvanshu was a little dwarf also. So, at that time, his age was only 20, 21, something. So, Mother also said, in this body, how will you bear all these things? But Mother, please permission me, please pardon me. After all, Mother had to agree. Well, all right, you go, but don't just be unnecessarily, don't torture yourself. Whenever any offer or any help comes, you take. So in this way, Nirvanji started walking and begging. Soon he came to the realization that this type of life is not for me. Because at that time his dress was white. He did not have his sonnasho. So who would give him begging? So no food, no water, no sleep. And he was walking and he got blisters. In that way he started having fever. When started fever, then luckily he took shelter in somebody's veranda, and the gentleman, especially the old lady was there, she took care of him. She mended him, just looked after him. When he became cured, at that time she gave some rupees and said, you better book a ticket and go to Varanasi. Now, this Holy Mother's caution flashed in his mind, so he accepted the money and arranged to go. While he will be leaving, at that time, then the old lady said, will you not go to my temple? And he went there, and in the temple he could find the other deities were there. Generally, they were the followers of Ram, Lakshman, or Shiv. General, our deities remain. And in one corner, there is Sri Ramakrishna's picture. He asked, do you know who is this? Well, no, I do not know. I went to a Mela. In the Mela, so many in the calendars were there. I purchased this calendar. And I am keeping it in my house. Since I am keeping it in my house, I am finding no problem is coming up in my family. This is the thing. Sri Ramakrishna is like this. And another incident also, almost like magic, in Bangladesh, one pawn shop, a boy was there, and he small shop like this, a pawn shop, pawn, bidi, cigarettes, and all the things are there. He was selling. One gentleman went, he found, and this man was a Muslim. His name was there written, Muslim boy, but Holy Mother's picture was there. Then they inquired, do you know whose picture it is? He said, no, I don't know. Somewhere I found this picture, but I lost my mother while I was almost a baby. But I do not know who could be, how was my mother. But the moment I saw this figure, immediately it flashed before me, probably my mother was like this. So I am keeping this picture as my own mother. So this is the Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, Swamiji. They are like this type of personalities. Unasked for, they go. Unasked for, they go. And they go before we go. Before we go. So we cannot boast of here, this particular center. I had good fortune to meet Bapi Raju. Probably in which year I forgot. Sometimes in 2000, something like that, around. Once at that time I was the assistant secretary. Bapi Raju was running some Seva Samiti. And that Seva Samiti, more or less, they, in their effort, for pretty long period they are running, and they are spreading the message of Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, Swamiji, through different schools and other samitis, and as we devotees do. He wanted that the institution should be handed over to by Lulmor. So he approached, he had his acquaintance with Ranganathan Swami and other Gambhyananda Maharaj and all these persons, so he impressed on them. Naturally, the General Secretary had to ill. At that time, I was Assistant Secretary. So I was sent here as an inspecting team. Gautamananda Maharaj was instructed come from Chennai. I was from there, and Pramayananda Maharaj, he was Prabhu Maharaj, he was the manager at that time, Belruman. So he also was sent. So we three team came here, and we are lodged in that Gandhinagar, there somewhere. And where Bapi Raju wanted, then to see that place, we flatly said this place is not for center. Because it is a market and one cinema hall is there. Next door is a cinema hall. Other side, shopping malls. And all surrounded by markets and the crossroad. How the sadhus will live here? So this is not the place for sadhus. This cannot be center. Then he said he was not to be yielded, so he took us to these places. So many, 3 places first he showed. I have forgotten in this across this river. One place was just at the bank of the river. We discarded. But he had his dream that he had this center will come just like Belur Math. As Belur Math is at the bank of the Ganges, so here in the bank of the Krishna, the center will come. The monks will sit here on the bank of the Ganges, and there will be Guru Maharaj's temple, Swamiji's temple, then Mother's temple, something like that. He had his dream. But we discarded. We said, see, at the bank of the Ganges, any time flood may come. Then there will be an erosion of soils and so many embankments, no road is there. How the center will come? Even to bring some sands and pebbles and all the things. Suppose money comes, still all the things has good, so much of hazard, so this place we discarded. Then he took us to another place. That place was too narrow, and we also did not appreciate. The last he brought here. When he brought Suhitanandaji, Pramayanandaji, they both of them appreciated. I also said, Maharaj, this appears to be good. At that time, probably one bank was there and some Pathshala or some Vedic school or something, and the whole mountain was plain, nothing was there. And the roads also all empty. So, because the bank was there and some temple also is there, so we said, if any center is to be started, it should be started here. And gradually, when he also agreed and he had his influence, and naturally he could start this thing. Our Swami, probably Suhitanandaji Maharaj was first sent. He was very dynamic because during his relief work, he did so much of relief work, and especially that bridge, Vivekananda Bridge, that was constructed under his stewardship. So we had some trust and faith that he can, from scrap, he can do something. So he was sent here. And now the thing is booming like anything. Today Maharaj took me to two institutions, and along with it, other institutions also are very nicely, Seva Samiti running schools. So that's you see, where from, how Sri Ramakrishna has entered. He was born in Kamarpukur, remote, unknown location, and he himself was some small priest. That man is now has been accepted by innumerable persons, not only here, throughout the world, everywhere, wherever we are going, we are finding as if we are amidst the devotees of Sri Ramakrishna. As you are here, as you are helping, the same way, everywhere. It is no credit to you, no sacrifice to you, because the Sri Ramakrishna is having his person throughout the world. We visited Africa, here with 3 persons went, there in Durban, capital Durban. This Durban, there we found every Saturday, Sunday they keep reserve, 2 holidays weekly. Sunday they keep reserve for personal, because some Christians are there, they may attend churches, so they Sunday do not, they keep private. But on Saturdays, every Saturday, people would come, say nearly 50 to 60 persons will come with their children. And they will look after all the activities of the ashram. all the activities. No servant, no help, everything. They themselves will do. Some is a judge, some is a doctor, some is a headmaster, some principal, something like that, and others also there. They all will come in their car, they change their dress, put one common dress for the ashram, and they have their own chart of duties. There will be someone is working in the toilet, someone in the kitchen, some in the shrine, some everything they will do. And along with it, they will come with the children. The children are being taught this our cultural heritage, this songs, music, all types of things, song, guitar, and all sorts of our Indian culture and heritage about those classes. Even karate, other sports, gymnastics, from everything, all these things, whatever is required and what is not taught in the colleges or schools, those parts are being taken care of by them. Who? The teachers are not appointed. They themselves, because someone knows music, someone knows chanting, someone knows dancing, some karate. So they themselves arrange in such a way that from this time to this time is allotted for the children. Afterwards, that time will be allotted for them. There will be discourse also. In the discourse, they will take part. So in this way, they are running 6 centers. Only one Swami is there. He is in charge. These 6 centers, if you visit any time, you go, surprise visit, you will find everything speak and smell. And a hall which can accommodate 300 persons. Prayer hall, 300 persons can be accommodated and air conditioned. This auditorium also 300 persons can be accommodated, air conditioned. Dining hall, first class modern kitchen gadgets are there. The monks' quarter, 5 monks' quarter is there. One small office there, book sales departments there. Only one day they come into that ashrama and they maintain themselves. They collect money, they run, they maintain, and they think for the development and everything. But only one Swami from the one Durban, he controls everything. Through them, they have their beautiful constitution. Every center, everyone is engaged for all duties. Someone will prepare the program. That program will be the draft. It will be corrected by so, and afterwards someone will send it for the approval for the Swami, and someone will bring it back from the Swami and communicate to the in charge, and he will pass it on to another person, will pass it on to the general body. So in this way, they have distributed everything in such a way that each and everyone feels involved in this ashram. So I was suggesting, Maharaj, instead of searching for sadhus, why not? You engage here, so many beautiful volunteers are here. They are all highly educated, they are all dedicated, they have life, they have sacrificed for the cause of this thing. And I have one common slogan where everywhere I say that every person has got some surplus time, some surplus money, and surplus energy. If we do not utilize my surplus time, surplus money, and surplus energy for a good cause, I shall have to use it for a bad cause. Either a lawsuit or disease, you will have to spend money, or your children will squander your money. So beforehand, you plan in such a way that the extra money, what I have come, that surplus money, I shall use for this good cause. The surplus energy, if you have this surplus energy, if you do not utilize for a good cause, you will have to utilize it for a bad cause. And surplus time. Everyone we are having some time which is surplus. Instead of wasting that surplus time, we can use up that surplus time for a good cause. This ashram is giving a very, very rich and purposeful platform. Very rich and purposeful platform. Here you can take advantage. You can make your family happy. You can make your society purposeful. Your children also good. So such a beautiful atmosphere, such a beautiful thing has been created by Guru Maharaj. So our devotees, why they cannot be utilized? You come forward. Not only the one center, thousands of centers can be started by our devotees. In our Bardwan center, they are running like this. One Swami is there. He is in charge on Bardwan, but Bardwan center has got 5 sub-centers. In those 5 centers, they are running by the devotees. One, somebody has retired headmaster, one was some retired professor, some retired teacher, something like an engineer, something like that. Some was running some business. After retirement, they are devoting themselves for that center. They themselves look after. They themselves collect money. They themselves collect boys and their health, everything they themselves look. So under the guidance of Swami, but the guidance. So in this way, if you can, then you can enrich the society. Especially in this here morning, some teacher put a question. This nowadays the mobile has become a menace because it is a school. The teacher, the students also were there. Well, how to just arrest this menace? It has become a universal problem. It is not only your problem, every parent's problem. If you do not give, they will commit suicide, they will something like that. So the parents are afraid. They are, so they are anyhow they have to cajole, they are satisfied their children. But at the same time, the parents are at a fix that whether to give or not to give. If I do not give, any mishap may happen. If I give, my son is going to be spoiled. How to divide? How to get rid of this problem? So this was the question some teacher put it. I suggested that nowadays we are having Pancha Indriyas. I would say we have got now 6 Indriya. Another Indriya. What is that? Mobile phone. Without that, we cannot think of our life. Without mobile, I cannot think of my life. For every step, I am to depend on my mobile. That has become. So let us forget. As we are to control our indriyas, similarly, we shall have to control this mobile also. How? Suppose fix up one day, that day I shall not use my mobile. Not only that, you are to set an example. You tell your baby, your son or daughter, don't use, it is harmful, it will create problems. Why he and she will obey you? Because you are using, and you are giving advice, don't use. Guru Maharaj, that story you know, the jaggery was there, the physician said that if I say don't eat jaggery, he will not pay heed. So same thing here also. So you also will have to demonstrate. How to? I can tell you about my own personal life. When I was a small boy, at that time my age was hardly 10 to 12. At those days, only these radios were there, wireless, knob, aerial, that radios were there. So in our locality, 7, 8 houses had radios. I asked my father, so many are having radios in their houses for any games or anything program, we have to go to their house. Can we not have one here itself? Then father said, no, not now. When you will grow up at that time, yeah, I am not using. That is the thing. And I had nothing to say because my father, he is a grown-up. He need not have any restriction. But still, he said, he demonstrated in his own life. So I had to accept. Similarly, you also will have to demonstrate. Say, make it a point that one day I shall not, we all, the whole family must not use it. Recently, in Australia government, they have made it a ban there, that they up to the age of 16, the children will not be allowed this internet, these facilities. Their educational facilities only they should be have. But this free rope to this internet should not have access to them. I heard that Sweden government also is going to pass that sort of resolution. Now, when the government will take resolution for that time, should we remain indefinite? Certainly not. We shall start right from now. You start from your own home, that we will make some discipline, that we how much, when, how, and how we shall make use of it. We will be the master of the instrument, but the instrument should not be our master. That is actual education. That is actually spiritual life also. So I have talked enough. So I do not like to talk more. The only thing, our Swamiji, most probably Romarola, he has creative minority. He used one word, creative minority, about these followers of Ramakrishna mission. This Ramakrishna mission, they are a creative minority, very small in number, but highly creative. So their impact, one person, but his impact will slowly percolate into the society. So you start from, here is a Vijayawada, from there you start, and gradually you will find that it will have its impact in the society. And if you are all teachers and all educated persons, naturally your voice will have some impact in the society. Start doing something. Swamiji said, one day he was moving in Germany, in Switzerland. At that time somebody asked, Swamiji, will you go to the Alps? We can take you to Alps. Swamiji simply laughed. Well, what you talk? Alps is to me. I have seen the Himalayas. But I am ready to walk 150 miles if you can show me a man. So this man, that is the thing, most important thing which we expect from the followers of Sri Ramakrishna. Namaskar.